Good evening, wonderful people out there in the world. It is I, Easy the General, and I'm here this week because I got something to get off my chest. DJ Academics, I'm sick of you. All you do is hate. You talk crazy about everybody. But for what? You got smoke with all the rappers. You're not even a real DJ. Why you even call yourself DJ Academics? You ain't never spun on the ones and twos. But you get on the podcast and act like you are the end all be all for hip hop, and that what you say is biblical. No, sir, it is not. It's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but please stop acting like your opinion on artists is the only one that matters. All the crap you talk about J. Cole this week, he better not diss nobody. He better not come out here talking about he the GOAT. That man can rap about whatever he want to rap about. You diss people every week. Leave J. Cole alone because you will never have the talent or the ability that that man has to do what he does in your profession. Sorry, you just, as a podcaster or whatever you do, you are not on J. Cole's level that he's on as a rapper. Sorry, your skill level doesn't add up. Also included in that, Nino Brown. I don't ever hear you have nothing crazy to say about no white people or no people that's not black. You always just tearing down black people, always trying to expose black people. This person and that person sold they soul, and this person and that one in the Illuminati. And I ain't heard you once talk about Donald Trump, Ted Kennedy, or none of these politicians. I ain't heard you say nothing about these white athletes that beat up their wives. But you always got something to say about black people. Like stop tearing us down. We beat up enough. The society beats us up enough. And as a black man, you know that. You know this and you know better. So please stop it. Both of y'all. Cut it out. Got love for both of you brothers, but y'all get on my nerves. 100%.
Good morning.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it
Very,
is.
very, very nice rant. I thought I was going to have to come in with my pum pum, but you said what needed to be said when it needed to be said. If he don't got no mixtape, he should stay out of people's business.
Boom. Just had to bring my shooter with me in case y'all really want smoke.
Pum pum.
Pew pew. Bring me my shooter.
After these
What
messages.
up, Mr. Hectic? Visuals? Is it visuals now? You do the official name change? Oh, you talking that shit, brother.
Yes, you is. Yes, you is.
I said, I'm good. How y'all doing?
doing, doing well, young sir. Doing well. What's happening with you?
Nothing much. Maintaining, having a blessed day. Enjoyed Saturday today. It's
How
good.
was dinner? How was dinner?
I just finished it. It was good.
Told you.
What you
Oh,
have?
you just, how do you, Tasha, you need to, because we never going to escape the allegations. You keep telling people stuff that you ain't supposed to know.
I just, I just so easy. I'm like, he probably shoving the last few forkfuls of food down his throat. Like, this is feeding time.
Yep.
Yeah, nah, I came and cooked. I cooked before and
Oh,
then did
snap.
that. Yeah.
You
What you
go.
what over there, Mr. Caribbean Chef?
Just some. Nah, I don't cook that. That'd be an all day event. I just made some Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and chicken.
Okay, okay. That's what's
Double
up.
vegetable. I love the double vegetable meal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to do a little something, something.
Nice. Well, speaking of doing a little something, something, I'm gonna introduce us all. Um,
She
well,
gone.
about to. We have a guest, and I think she just dipped out on us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Oh,
back.
she's back.
Okay,
She's
here
back.
we go. All right, all right. So speaking of
Yeah.
doing a little something, something, I would like to introduce y'all to a young lady that's doing a little something, something. We have a special guest here tonight. Um, I'll let her explain all the details because I can't do it no justice. So I will introduce Miss Shania, the host of SMH podcast. I will let her speak for herself. Welcome to the show, Shania.
Hello, hello.
Everybody. It's nice to see and meet everybody. Um, like Easy said, my name's Shania, the host of SMH Podcast, and we talk about toxicity on social media. So we
Oh,
kind of go through all the problems that are online right now, the conversations, the videos, the complicated problems, and we kind of just go through and try to see how we can have a positive outcome outside of what's being talked about on there.
No, we dig that. We dig that. So, Shania, what
Mhm.
originally pushed you to create this podcast, and what gap did you feel was missing in the conversation?
Well, I've always been, when I was younger, I was a youth mentor, and I realized that the younger kids are really influenced by what's going on online. And I just seen a lot of videos that they're repeating with themselves and amongst each other. And I'm just like, you guys shouldn't be talking like this. This doesn't even make any sense. That's not how the real world works. So it pushed me to have, to use my voice in a positive way for them to kind of see that there's a different side of life that isn't online, and the things that they're being taught online isn't how things go in real life. And their minds are kind of getting warped by what's happening. So I just want to be a positive voice to the younger community. And now that I'm a mom, I realize as a parent, you gotta have to navigate your kids in that realm too, and that there's a lot of parents that don't realize that their kids are listening and hearing a lot of negative conversations and things that are influencing how they are right now.
Hmm.
What's some of what would you say is like one of the main things that you're hearing from the youth that you like? Y'all have no idea.
Main thing, I'll say, maybe like a few years ago, there was when Andrew Tate was like a huge influence on the younger kids. Like they're just disrespecting women and disrespecting like these are little girls that they're talking to. Like you're only gonna do OnlyFans when you grow up, and it's like, why would you tell a little girl the only thing she's good
Jesus.
for is to do
Right.
OnlyFans? Like OnlyFans isn't shouldn't be their way to go and do and get money, but that a lot of them are being influenced to like, well, when I grow up I'll just do OnlyFans. And it's like that's corrupting their mind and also exploiting them in so many different ways. I don't think they even understand what they say, or even the overall,
Magnitude of it.
yeah, the magnitude of what their of what the outcome of all that will be.
Yeah,
Mm.
I dig that. Um, what kind of makes you decide like I want to talk about this? Like what on a weekly basis? Like how do you decide which things to are worth your conversation?
Well, I kind of go through things online, like I do a lot of research when it comes to like YouTube or Instagram. That's where I get a lot of the content that I do. I look through the videos and I kind of see what's a good conversation or not. I'll take viral videos or just popular videos that are kind of circulating around, and I'll kind of use that as talking points to an overall subject that is the main topic for the episode.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And then
So
again,
you have a lot of material, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Endless material, I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Nice.
writes itself. It writes
Hmm.
itself.
That's that for sure, for sure. So, well, welcome again. This is Shania from SMH Podcast. So make sure you tune in with her. Are there specific days of the week that you like are on, or are you just like do you pre-record or are you live?
I pre-record. I'm looking into doing live for my next season. I took a big break. So right now, it is on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, Google, all that good jazz. And I'm on YouTube as well too. So you can find me at SMH Podcast on YouTube. But right now I took a big break, so I'm not in another season, but within the next couple months I will be starting back up again. I just gotta look into the whole live thing. I just haven't been able to just get on live and just start talking. I like to
Mhm.
pre-record in case I mess up or something.
You killing it right
So,
now. You
I
killing it.
so is
appreciate
it?
it.
So unfortunately, I'm not familiar with your show. Is it just you, or do you have a team with you?
It's just me most of the time. I do have guests that come on and I'll pick their brains when it comes to topics. I have a friend, his name is Mark Snipes. He gets on with me. My fiance, sometimes he'll get on with me, but just a lot of people who are really into the conversation that want to get on. So I do like to have guests to kind of keep it. Um, free to anyone who wants to come on and have a deep conversation about it.
So nice,
That's awesome.
awesome. So speaking of deep conversations, let's talk about these viewers, man.
Mm.
Tasha, is it their fault or what? Like,
You know what? Somebody's got to take accountability, and it's us. Like we are the cause of viral videos. We are the muse where the shares, the likes, the reposts, all of that is happening from our fingers. The content creators put it out there, but it travels through our fingers, through our comments, in the group chats, like not even like a large stage like a Facebook, or like if we're putting it in our group chat, we are absolutely the problem.
mm,
And you see, I didn't exclude myself from that. I'm sometimes the problem. Like I'm going to hell. Some of these videos that I see out, I'm gonna go to hell. Way I figured all my friends gonna be there, so we'll have a good time.
so I thought about that question, like blaming the viewers. And before I tell y'all what I think, I want to hear what y'all think. Is it the viewers that drive the content? Meaning that do people make content because this is what people have shown that they want to see, or is it the content that's driving the viewers? We watch this because it's entertaining to us. Like, what do y'all think?
I agree, honestly, with that because I mean, the main thing people say all the time is we shouldn't have made them famous. The only reason why they're famous is because people keep watching their content and people keep pushing them and seeing the same things. I mean, there's people like Krishan and Blueface, who have a toxic relationship that's very abusive, but people kept pushing their content because that's what they wanted to see at the end of the day. That's what they wanted to engage with. So I say people do kind of push it, like Tasha said. People do they share it, they look at it, they'll make memes about it, but nobody's kind of taking accountability. It's like, okay, maybe we should all stop supporting this and maybe it wouldn't be out there so much.
And poor thing, now they talking about her baby and anything that she posts. Now her baby is the
Literally.
topic of conversation.
Mhm.
The viewers.
Literally.
What you think, Hector?
It's 50-50, right? Because without the viewers, there would be no content. Without the content, there would be no viewers, right?
True.
Um, I just posted something on my Twitter the other day that says it's okay to keep scrolling. You don't have to comment on everything that you don't like, right?
So,
Especially with 2025 now into 2026, people know if me, you, Tasha, and the young lady here, we go out and we promote that we feeding the homeless and we clean up the streets and da da da, we're going to get a little bit of views, right? But if we go out there and we have some bum fights, we going to go viral. You know what I mean? So people know in order to hit the algorithms, we need to do the most outlandish and most controversial or most drama-filled thing in order for us to get the views. It's it's like, who's to blame? The drug dealer or the drug user? Because it's the same thing. This attention and all this stuff is the same equivalent of the drug dealer and the drug user. And without the drug dealer, there'd be no drug users. Without the drug users, there'd be no drug dealers. So who do we go after?
That's a valid point.
I like that.
Tasha, what you think? Whose fault is it?
So as tight as my scroll game is, right, y'all, and I like to pride myself that I scroll by bullshit on a regular basis, but there are times where I get caught up and now I'm going down the rabbit hole because I don't know anything about what's going on celebrity wise, or I don't know. Like, I try to stay away from people and their toxicity. So now I see something and now I gotta know. I gotta know how it. Prime example, the young lady who just had the alienation of affection case, the girl that they were friends and they were all, both couples were friends, and then one girl getting up with the, I didn't know anything about that. But now I'm doing a show on it, so I got to look it up, and I had the recap pretty tight, but the amount of rabbit hole that I had to go down to get that entire story, it was crazy. And so then other content creators were uh putting it in perspective for us so we wouldn't have to go down the rabbit hole. So now I'm liking and I'm reposting and I'm sharing and I'm laughing and I'm sending it to the group chat, and I need somebody else to hear this because I can't believe what is happening in this circumstance. So it's absolutely us. The content is the content. Won't have to go
I'm
to
not
every
gonna
party.
hold you. I hate that word. Content creator. I cannot stand that word. I hate it with all that is within me. It's 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 there with influencer, right? I don't know, they're neck and neck. I don't know who's worse.
I don't like
When I ask
influencers.
someone, okay, what do you do? I'm a content creator.
What do you do?
Okay,
Content do
you
you
know what I
create?
mean, or they be like, I'm an influencer. Okay, who do you influence? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, you can't, you can do whatever you want to because we live in this free capitalistic society, but like, you have to like be doing something on a regular basis to be able to say this is who you are and this is what you do. You know what I mean? Type deal. You don't just be like, hey, I got a phone, now I'm a content creator. Like, it's a little bit
Right.
more into it, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, a lot of people start using the word content creation because they want to be labeled as OnlyFans models or
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
porn stars or this or that. So they started saying content creation for the regular people, so no one pried more into what it was or is what they're doing. So
What would you
let's
prefer?
be factual.
What would you
I
prefer?
prefer people just get a fucking job at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, not
I
only
mean,
that, if you gonna say you're a content creator, right? Lead with what kind of content. Like, if I rolled up on somebody like, yeah, I create content, they'd be like, oh, what kind? I was like, I rap. Nigga, why didn't you just lead with I'm a rapper? I might be
all
interested
right.
in listening to your music, but you came to me with some bullshit. So now you annoyed me. So I'm not listening to shit.
Off
I didn't
rip,
hear your
off
music.
rip.
I hear your music.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's, or you can just say, hey, I make YouTube videos because that used to be a thing. Hey, I make YouTube videos. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What kind of YouTube videos do you make? You know what I mean? Because that could, when you give someone such a broad stroke of the brush and say, this is what I am, do you want me to ask you more questions or do you not want me to ask you more questions? Which one is it? Because if you say I'm a content creator, those are the two fucking options that I have. Either I could ask you what kind of content, or I could be like, okay.
Mm,
But if you're trying to make money, I would assume you want to do what Easy saying, hey, I make uh uh bioactive terrarium videos. Oh, cool.
Right.
Tell me more. Yes. I
Because how
mean,
do you
you know
know?
what I mean? Like
How do you know
that
I'm not
that
trying
right
to?
there was like, but if you be like, I'm a content creator, and I'd be like, okay, what you do? Oh, I build tanks. Well, why didn't you tell me? How do you know I wasn't a consumer that might want to buy a tank from you or something like that? You know what I
How you
mean?
know? How you know I'm not a shark with money that looking to invest in that company because my
right.
daughter just
or
bought a
that,
Ferrari.
or that.
Like,
I think it goes down to what you said, like when they say influencer and what exactly they're influencing. I think it's kind of like the more they talk, the more they probably hear themselves and realize, well, what am I doing? Am I
Yeah,
actually doing something that's
yeah,
productive, or am I just doing this solely because I just needed some money for right now?
yeah,
mhm,
Or
Like
I
I
need
don't
the
think they're
attention.
yeah.
attention is a hell of a drug.
Oh, it is.
man,
Clout's a huge drug,
man.
and people fall into it every day. I mean, that like IRL streamers, like they're committing crimes, harassing people, just doing anything for a little bit of like pennies on the dollar for their
Yeah,
supporters to buy into their stream to watch them just commit crimes that
yeah.
is ruining their life, but they don't care because they're making money at the end of the
No,
day.
and then be like, who told on me? What you mean? Who told you?
You told
You
on
just filmed this
yourself.
whole thing.
Yeah, you link right to CCTV, my friend. So since
And
you
looked in the
brought that,
camera and pointed at the street sign. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on
yeah,
right now?
You told your
brought that up.
location, what time you were there, who you were with, all of that.
Yeah.
The above.
We out here. Come out here with us.
So,
Basically,
tonight,
what you
since you
said.
brought that up, let's talk about shock value. So, why do you think the most outrageous clips travel faster than the most thoughtful ones? Like, are we addicted to the shock, or are we just numb to everything else?
I want
I
to
think
say
we're, yeah.
numb to everything. Like our people specifically. I seen a post yesterday. It's MLK birthday. Pull up, and the comments were insane. He had a dream that he was having a party. Y'all should just come. Like stuff,
Mhm.
thousands of comments. We don't take shit seriously, and we can make a joke out of anything. So I like to say is because we are just numb to it all. So the shock, it doesn't really shock. It's just like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
oh, this happened. Okay, and we comment, we like, we reshare, we send to the group chat, whatever. But we're definitely numb to it. Like nothing. That's sad to say, but nothing really matters.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's a little bit of both, being numb to it and being shocked at it. It's like, because it's like you're a regular person living your day-to-day life. You just can't imagine sometimes the things that come out there, like she did what, like he was doing what with that person, like what's wrong with people nowadays? So it's kind of like that, those things like really happen, like you hear them all the time, but you just now you're seeing it online. It's like, dang, these things really happen. And then like being numb to it, like the fact that we could see things like shootings on Facebook or Instagram and they're not censored. And the fact that we just were watching the content like shootouts or drive-bys, and they're just being reposted and shared and people laughing at it. It's like these are people dying and y'all kikiing about it. Like it's okay. Like
Yeah.
this
That's
is
the one that I
normal.
won't do. That's the one thing that I won't do. If like Facebook or Instagram blocks a video saying that it's like sensitive material, like I'm not going to look for this. Like if it's in my face, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
to take three more click steps to see, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that. And I don't know if it's three
So
more clicks. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's literally one. But
Oh,
that's cool. But I think too it has a little to do with the crab in the barrel effect, right? It's like, oh, them people living bad. Well, I'm good over this way. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's just people people come on podcasts and people go on radio stations and people do this and people and be like, yeah, I'm a content creator slash influencer and I just made $1 million, for the year. When you really dig deeper into it, they living in their mom's basement. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they really didn't make that money. But when we come on certain things like this in public forums and say we've made all this money, in most people's heads, oh shit, they did this? Well, if they did this, I know I could do it.
Yep.
now we on. Now
Yeah.
we on.
And now I'm trying to. Oh, you put a red nose on you. Well, I'm gonna put the whole clown suit on. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Type deal.
Yep.
It's always a one
That's
up. Like I seen one dude. Okay, case in point. When we had COVID, y'all remember when people going through the grocery stores, going into the frozen section and licking the
Licking
ice cream
ice
and putting
cream.
it back?
Yep.
I was
And
so
I was
distraught.
just like, yo, like the cojones on y'all. Like, no one checked y'all. Like, no one saw this and like, yo, hey, partner, hey,
too
we
Yeah,
gonna
far.
that's
round you
Too
up.
far.
Because we probably catching a fade in the grocery store if I see that.
100%. But those cases do happen where those people do get prosecuted, but because it's not fancy and it's not sensationalized, we never
yeah.
hear about it. So the next person doesn't know that this person is now on some kind of offenders list or whatever the case may be. So now they're going out doing the same thing, and y'all literally are giving the alphabet people all the evidence they need to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
Yep.
Hmm.
And they ain't got to do no hard work at
Hmm.
all.
Not
Push
one.
play. Push play. Somebody send me the video.
It's like, hey,
It-
look what's on
hold
the
up, Your
chair.
Honor. I got one form of evidence. Push that button.
Honor, I see.
Tyrone, is that you right there? You know what I mean? Like and it's and for me to have a business that relies on social media, it's even for me taxing because I'm like, I don't really want to be doing this.
Yeah,
I don't want to really be on here. I
Yeah.
yeah.
missed the golden age where we didn't have a phone everywhere. And if you need to reach me, if I wasn't home, well, guess you catch me next time.
Look for my bike, homie. My bike in the yard. You know where I'm at. You know where I'm at.
And now everyone, man, it's crazy out here. It is crazy. And go back to your earlier thing about the kids. We live in and this is going to be crazy coming out of my mouth, pause, but we live in a super over sexualized society.
Hmm.
Holy hell.
Hmm.
Like, mama, just because you can don't mean you
Don't mean
should
you
go
should.
out in a micro bikini to the club. Like, what's going on right now?
And then they'll blame it on it's my body, it's my choice.
Mm,
But it's also like, come on now, like you know what you're doing at the
Yeah.
same time. But it's so hard because people are so quick to cancel you when you say things like that or
Yeah.
when you pass judgment on it. But it's like, I grew up, if I walked out the house like that, my mom would have stomped me in every other
Listen,
direction.
listen.
Like,
I'm not
you
even going
can't.
to hold you. I'm seeing little girls, like
With
what I
crop top.
consider little girls. Yo, here.
With crop tops. That's what they do. That's the so here's the gag. Heck, here's the gag. If you go into any children's store, children's place, Aeropostale, all the
Ooh,
places that sell younger
yep,
people
Especially young
apparel,
girls clothing.
that's all they sell. They don't
yep,
have
Mm.
whole shirts anymore.
Like
They
yep.
like
don't have whole pieces. Thank God. And I don't know who did it, but bless them, they stopped making the lowrider jeans.
Yeah.
But they don't sell whole shirts. Are you got to
Mm,
go to the thrift store, to the Goodwill, to get a
yeah,
whole
you got to find a store that sells like clothes that are like
JC
make
Penney.
yeah,
JC
like
Penney.
cuz
You
it's
can get a
crazy
whole
cuz it's
shirt
like
from
they're also pushing the idea to these kids like, well, because we sell it, you just got to wear it and
Hmm.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Yep, but
Where's
it's
the
all they sell.
fucking parents? Because
They
just
That
there
too.
because it's there
buying
don't
it.
mean I gotta buy it.
They're there and
Exactly.
they're buying it. They're there and they're buying it.
One hundred
Then
percent.
I know children who are like having complete meltdowns, fits, tantrums, whatever you call it, and parents that are succumbing to those tantrums in the name of just keeping the peace. I had a saying in the household that I raised two boys in. If anybody out there has more influence over you than I have in here, I'm doing this shit wrong. And
Yeah,
I'm not get it
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get
Yeah.
it wrong.
And
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing is today is people listen to anybody except the ones that love them and take care of them. Like
Yep.
I see all the time, and this is in marriages. I see all the time. A husband will say something to his wife, or vice versa, and they be like, "Whatever," and then let the best friend say it.
yep.
You right. You
Now is
absolutely
now is
right.
word. Now is word.
Bible now. It's like, you like, hey, you're not supposed to put diesel in your gas tank. Whatever, I do what I want. Let
Mm.
the best friend like, girl, don't put no diesel in your gas tank. It'll tear your
Yeah.
car up. For
And then to
real.
come home and tell him, Shanice told me not to put diesel in my car. She told me the ramifications, and I'm just not going to do it anymore. And now husband is sitting there like,
Like I told you hard headed ass that last week.
Well, I
right,
don't know. I'm sure this
right.
is on your topic, but you opened Pandora's box easy.
Yo.
Stop listening to these people talk about relationships on this
Oh
goddamn
man.
social media platform.
Oh
Please,
man.
please, would y'all,
Please,
please,
Listen.
Man, I think I'm
please.
gonna
for
have a
the
whole
sake of everything
season
that's holy.
on my podcast just for that because that's the main issue is that we're taking relationship advice. It's like what works for them is gonna work for them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna always work for you. You don't always have to have this six-figure man. There's not everyone's gonna make six figures, 6 feet tall, and
Shania,
it,
you want? Guess what? It ain't working for them either.
It ain't working
It
for
ain't
me.
working
Right
exactly.
for
now,
them. It
right
ain't
this
working for
second.
them.
Listen, I saw a dude get on and be like, listen, fellas, if you have a queen at home, you need to be giving her at least 10 stacks a week. Because if you don't give her 10 stacks a week, you ain't even doing it right. And I was like, I made a joke. I had time that day. I was like, well, if you ain't giving her 100 stacks a week, you ain't really doing it right, partner. Like what are we talking about?
Yeah, we
That's
just talking
ridiculous.
nonsense. It's the shock value. It's when people talk about, oh, a high value man ain't gonna work for the city. I'm like, that man
Oh, I
make
seen a
I
video like that.
heard
It pissed
that.
that pissed me
Yeah.
off.
that man
Oh,
make
I seen it on your
140,000 a year
podcast,
working
Shania. I
for the
Yeah,
city.
did.
that pissed me off.
With
Like
a pension.
how
Don't
you
forget the
gonna
pension
say
Yeah.
and
yeah,
retirement.
A high value man gotta drive a Lamborghini. I'm like, no,
She
that
got
he
a
dude,
don't.
she got a kid.
High value is how you view yourself
yeah,
and people around you, like how you treat yourself and the people around you. It don't
Right.
have to, you can have money and be the shittiest person in the world.
Yeah.
You
High
can
value
have
to me is
money.
character. It's character.
It comes down to all your care. Like you could be the smartest dumb person in the
you be
world,
the
but
biggest
that
smart
don't
idiot.
mean you, that doesn't make you a high value person. You
No,
can't just have money and think you could just treat anybody anyway. And the fact that people think that money correlates to, oh well, it's
High
okay.
valueness.
hmm
Yeah, like it's okay because they got this. Well, what does that mean when you're in a hospital bed and you need somebody there to cater to you because you're vulnerable and in a state where
Mhm.
you can't rely on yourself. You have to rely on this other person, and they're off with the next
Man,
person
Because they got
spending
money
the exact
on
spend.
because they got the
See,
money.
here's where they mess up. They're using the wrong V. Pause. They
Uh-oh.
worried about high value when they should be worried about high virtue.
Mm,
Uh,
Because the high
say
virtue,
that shit
okay,
again.
easy.
hold
Say
Okay,
it
on,
again.
easy.
Say it again, easy.
the high virtue person is the one that's gonna be there when
mm-hmm,
you are down and out, when you are down on your luck, when you are down in your emotions, when you need somebody to lean on, you need somebody to talk to. That's the person that's gonna be there to build you up. They're gonna be there to take care of you. They're gonna be there when you're sick. They're gonna be there to pull you along, to encourage you. When you mess up, they're gonna be the person to be like, "You was wrong, but I
mm-hmm,
got you. Moving
Take your
forward,
time,
we're
Pastor.
gonna
Take
move
your
this way.
time.
I got you." And they worried about high value instead of high virtue, because virtues is what's gonna get you over the bridge.
yep,
Man.
Value
Right,
come with
right.
value come with baggage. That
yeah,
man
Yeah,
worked real hard to make 140,000 a year.
man,
Tired. He don't want
probably.
a woman that is not gonna work. He don't want a woman that's not gonna contribute nothing to the household. He don't want a woman that's not educated. He don't work that hard to get to where he is in his career, and you looking at him like he's high value, and he's looking at you like a liability.
mm,
No facts. I had
Hey,
someone,
mm-hmm,
somebody,
man, I
somebody on
had someone be like,
fire.
yeah, the man I need to be with needs to make 10 bands a month. And I was like, do you make 10 bands a month? And she was like, no. Then how the fuck you gonna ask someone else to make more than you can contribute to yourself?
Yourself,
mm,
but they don't be
Because
thinking.
they
Like
heard it on
I
one of
got,
those social media relationship
yep,
podcasts. That's where they heard
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Heard it there first.
yeah, because I'm not asking for my partner more than I can contribute for myself.
yep,
Now
So
I can cook. I ain't the best cook. I could clean. I could, you know what I mean? I got a job, got this, I got this, I got that. So if you're not coming with at least what I'm coming with, let's not run the rhetoric of what you heard Shanisha over here on this social media because she's an influencer telling
mm-hmm,
Child.
you, hey, he has an Acura. That's poor people's car. He need to be driving a BMW or a Benz. And if you don't shut your dumb ass up, he could be walking. He
man.
has a vehicle.
well, with that said, we're gonna take the opportunity to use that vehicle to drive us into our first segment of the night. So
Welcome back to Signs and Shenanigans, where the stars mind their business, but you probably won't. This week, the universe is side eyeing everybody. Creators doing too much, viewers acting surprised, and algorithms sitting back like, I just work here. So let's see what the signs have to say about clout chaos and that innocent little lie called, I was just watching. Aries the Ram, you swear you hate drama, but why are you watching the full fight video and the remix? The stars say, stop confusing adrenaline with entertainment. Taurus the Bull, you're above the nonsense, yet somehow deeply invested. Comfort scrolling is still scrolling. And yes, accountability applies in silk pajamas. Gemini the twin, you didn't share it, you just sent it to 5 group chats. For context, the universe says that still counts, beloved. Cancer the crab, you feel bad watching, but not bad enough to look away. This week asks, are you empathizing or consuming emotions like content? Leo the lion, you're not watching for the mess. You're watching to critique the performance. The stars say applause is still applause, even when it's shady. Virgo, you're analyzing the situation, the lighting, the narrative, the moral implications, but somehow still boosting the view count. Perfectionism is not exemption. Libra, the scales, you see both sides, which is why you stayed for the comments. Balance doesn't mean neutrality when harm is involved. Scorpio, you don't even like the content. You're just fascinated by human. You're just fascinated by human behavior. Okay, Freud, still a viewer. Sagittarius, you laughed first, thought about it later. The star says growth is realizing humor and harm can share the same clip. Capricorn, you're annoyed by the lack of discipline and decorum, yet you still tuned in to see where it goes. Leadership starts with logging off. Aquarius, you blame the system, the platform, the algorithm, society, but not your thumbs. Revolution includes personal responsibility, dear. And Pisces, little bitty fishies, last but not leashies. You're spiritually exhausted from content you didn't need to see. The universe begs you to stop doom scrolling and calling it research. So, whether you're a creator or a commenter or just someone who happened to see it, the stars agree on one thing: what you watch, what you share, and what you reward says something about you. That's it for Signs and Shenanigans. Keep your vibe protected, your edges laid, and your screenshots organized. See y'all next Saturday.
Yo,
Triggered much? Triggered much, gang?
why you call me out like that,
I
Tasha?
was for sure
'Cause
triggered. Yeah.
you don't even like the content. You
What
don't even
Listen,
what
like
was
it.
what was crazy was I did all those things this morning.
yeah.
See? See?
Like I'm the ultimate people watcher. Like I go out, wherever I go, I'm like, look at these motherfuckers. Just look at these. Somebody come look at this. That's
So,
me.
look at this.
So I'm very triggered right now. Um, and speaking of being triggered, right? We get triggered by things that we see on social media quite often. I know Hector was like, "How the hell? Where are we going with this segue?" um, what?
It was
Why?
a triggered for me because I didn't know if you meant
Nah.
or
Yeah. Boom, boom, pew, pew, pew,
But
pew.
people get triggered
yeah,
by
yeah,
people get
yeah. I didn't
triggered
know
by
where we were
stuff.
going.
People get triggered by stuff that they see on social media all the time. Where prior to social media, I could give two shits about what somebody's political opinion or what their thoughts on this restaurant or this artist or whatever it was. Why do y'all think that the viewers and the consumers are so caught up into like emotionally into the content? Hector?
Everyone has a voice now. My voice
Oh.
needs to be heard. How dare anyone tell me what I can and cannot talk about or respond to or not respond to? Um, me, man, I see a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, especially if I call a person a friend. Like sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, y'all on some bullshit today," and I keep on scrolling. Right? I don't necessarily feel a way, or if I do, I'll be like, you know what? They having a moment, whatever. Right? Some people cannot go without having something to say, and that's just people haven't learned. Would it be discernment? Would it be mind your own goddamn business? I don't know what it'd be, but people just don't have that anymore. People have to. And I've even caught myself doing it. Like, how dare you? And
No,
then I
have to.
look at that shit and I'd be like, let me go ahead and erase this shit and go on the PlayStation or something like
Have to.
that. Let me go mind my business. You know what I mean? Because we get so caught up with I have an opinion about this. They're saying this wrong, so let me make sure that they know what this is, that how I feel about this. And I don't care anymore because most of the people that spend all day on social media ain't making nobody no money.
Yep.
Not a dime.
I
I think
think
it's oh, go ahead, Tash.
no. Go ahead, Shania. You got it.
what I was gonna say is I think it's gotten to a point where, people they get a small brief of video or content, and then they think they got it all figured out. And the problem with a lot of people is they listen to respond and not listen to actually learn or to understand
Comprehend.
anything.
Right.
Exactly. They're just, they think they got it all figured out. So you know what? Let me put my 2 cents in, or I know exactly what's going on, or I know, they feel like they have everything figured out. And the problem with a lot of people is, like, instead of minding their business, or instead of maybe just scrolling and keep going, like, they feel like, you know what, maybe what I got to say will be beneficial to this person,
Yeah.
but it's like you don't even know the extent of what's happening, but yet you feel like you have it all figured out.
So I
They
think,
taking
Shania,
cliff notes.
you're saying exactly what I'm going to say. There is a lot of information that we didn't have access to. There are a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some people are responsible with their content. And then there are others who are just monkey see, monkey do.
Hmm.
And so now the responsible ones have been washed away and drowned out by the monkey see, monkey do's. And it's complete pandemonium on this internet right now. Complete pandemonium.
So I'm gonna blame
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
an unrelated catalyst. I blame the good old education system in the United States of America.
So, hey, they could take credit for some things. This should not be one of them.
So what is not happening in schools anymore, and I'm gonna talk particularly about middle schools and high schools, is these kids are not learning how to
Oh
have an
hell.
opinion, how
Mm,
to measure their opinion against fact and research,
Mhm.
and then how to decide which hills to die on.
They
mm.
want to die on all of them.
Yeah, they want to down every hill. I gotta always be right, even when I'm wrong as hell, and I know it.
Yep.
And we, as kids, I remember in school when the teacher says something, and I'd be like, "That ain't right." How you know? I just don't think it's right. We'll go do some research, and then if you come back with a better answer than I have, we'll change it.
Can
And
someone respond to these? Because they just gonna keep saying, "Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? How's
Hey,
podcast?
chat.
I hope y'all having a good time. Let us carry on, please. Thank you."
Don't do them. Don't do them.
I don't know who the hell.
Happy to be here.
Hold on though. Who the hell is on my uh who the hell's on my live telling us, hey,
Exactly, exactly.
And say
who the
it's
fuck is this?
you.
Just say
And
It's
it's
say
never
me.
it's
you.
you.
Who the fuck is
That
hacking?
I know they're that. It's like them in the back. Hey,
Yo,
hey.
who done hacked my Facebook? Well, shit.
Right, with the same message,
Same
not
message.
Yeah.
changed.
All of them. Hey, y'all. It's not like Andre 3000.
Y'all
You
know,
got
hey, y'all, it's my shit.
it. Got it.
All right.
But anyway, like they're not learning how to measure what they think against what's real. It's like you have an opinion about something, you can, but understand your opinion could be wrong. Understand that what you believe is fact can be wrong.
Yeah.
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 We don't even know what's facts anymore. We don't know
Yeah.
what's facts anymore. We get on these social media platforms, and this shit could. I mean, I'm not even on the conspiracy theorist type of time, man. How do we know what the hell we watching nowadays?
We
I tell
don't.
y'all, the AI get me every time. I be like, no way
Mm,
this guy's flying
Tasha.
through the supermarket, through the refrigerator. I think it's real. I think it's real. Then I go to the comments. Then I go to the comments, and somebody will be in the comments like, this is so AI. AI is so trash. Well, it fooled the hell out of me.
Right.
How do
Tasha,
we
I
know
know
it's
who
real?
not to call when some shit
Don't
really
do
going down, because you ain't
Right.
don't
gonna know.
don't call me. Don't call me.
I
Um,
think that's
so
also being a cop out too right now as well too. Like things that are actually happening, they'll blame it. Oh, that was AI. It wasn't me. Like I didn't say those things. I didn't do those
Mhm.
things. I I think he did. Like, I don't really have, the facts behind it, but we can't just blame everything on
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just AI.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Right. And I think too, go to your point on, you know, I remember I think it was first grade, Miss Tyndale, she taught me, she said, everything you do in life, there's a consequence to. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, there's a consequence to. A lot of people now are using this social media without consequences. You
Yeah.
mhm.
used to be able to go to someone's face and punch them square in the face when they popped off at you. Now they're hiding behind the keyboard. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You used to be able to say, "Hey, I think you should use manners." You used to be able to check people.
Yeah.
And a second point, stop saying everyone is phobic of something.
Yeah. I get some
That's been
tired.
exhausted for years though. Like that
I get
Oh,
some
phobic
tired
is
of that.
it's
You know,
getting worse
exhausted
again.
you know what
for
I
years.
want to start saying when people keep saying that, are you dysphobic? And like, you must be black phobic. I'm gonna stop calling y'all racist.
Ooh,
Y'all black phobic.
Black phobic. I
Yeah.
like it.
black phobic is crazy. Yeah, but
Because
yeah,
you,
I
just
I
because
do
someone
the
disagrees with you or your point of view doesn't make them phobic of anything that you're talking about.
Right. Like they get to have
I
an opinion.
I knew the internet was delusional when I learned about fat phobia.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, when I was like I was when I watched my first video on it, my friend showed me, and I was like, wait, this ain't real. Like they like they're being sarcastic. Like they playing. No, it's like a real thing, and people
Mhm.
really like the nutritional values is fat phobic. The BMI system is fat phobic, and I'm just like, are y'all okay?
Are you
Now, I will
cool?
agree the BMI is outdated. We're still doing the BMI from World War II.
right.
We haven't been
Correct.
that
1931.
size. We haven't
According
been that
1931.
size since forever. You know
according
what
to
I
but
mean?
being
BMI,
but being
LeBron is
nutrition
overweight.
nu- but being nutritious, being healthy
Yeah.
is not fat phobic. It's just it.
Being healthy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
No, facts. And that's what I'm saying. It's okay for you not to like something, and it's okay for someone to be like, hey, I think you're on the unhealthy side. You might need to tighten up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You can't even ask questions on the situation anymore because then you'll be victim shaming and all these goddamn terms that meant
Yeah.
nothing before. We are
Hundreds.
now
Hundreds of terms.
I'm gaslighting me.
Hundreds of
I'm waking
terms.
up. I'm waking up to new terms I didn't even know was a real thing. I'm like, hold up, let me
But see,
Google this real quick. Like,
here
what's
go,
going on?
here go what's crazy though. By that standard, right? Doctors are the most fat phobic people there
In the
are.
Every
work,
time I go to the
exactly.
doctor, every time I go to the doctor, he be on some fat phobic shit.
Always, every time. I was
Oh,
4% body
yeah,
fat,
yeah.
but because I was 225, the doctor was like, "You need to lose some weight." I'm like, "Doc, I'm 225 with 4% body fat. I'm a college athlete. What you
Yeah.
talking about? Lose some weight?"
Yeah. And the whole thing, muscle is, has more mass and
Yeah,
it was whatever. But these people, I literally had someone was telling me something about a cell phone. And I was like, where did you hear that? Reddit or TikTok? They were like,
Uh-oh.
TikTok. I'm like,
hmm
stop, get off of it. Stop
Uh,
it. Stop watching that. Because it's telling you a bunch of bullshit. Like it's not real.
yeah.
Like it's not real.
I love when I hear somebody say, "Oh, so and so on TikTok or so and so on Instagram said," and I'm like,
Did
"That's
they
where
really?
that's where you're getting your news." Because
Yep.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
yeah, I'm hearing people. Oh, I read that North Korea about to bomb us. Where you read that at? TikTok.
Mm.
Yeah. How
Okay.
about going to a real
That
news
is
outlet?
why
But you gotta be careful because the real news outlet now
Yeah.
they not telling the truth. They not
is
telling the
back to the drug dealers and the drug users because the traditional media now is seeing how podcasters, influencers,
Mhm.
content creators are moving, and they're starting to move the same way.
Oh, for
Where
agreed.
sure.
before news
Agreed.
posted, They fact check, they triple check, they quadruple check. Now it's like,
Or
hey, I hear so and so got shot down the street. Well, who is so and
so and
so, and
so be
why did they
alive
get
and
shot down the
well.
street?
Alive
Or
and well.
and then they always come back and retract because what they've learned is if you say something on social media and then they cancel you, all you gotta do is come back and apologize. All Kevin
Yep.
Hart has to do for what he posted in 2006 is come back and say, I was I had a different way
Oh,
of thinking back then. I'm sorry, blah blah blah. So now
well,
the news can
let's
bullshit.
be honest though. If you go and scrounge on the back of my social media from
Oh yeah, look,
2006,
I don't know what you gonna
2006,
say. I don't know what
oh,
you gonna say.
it's gonna be
I don't know what you
crazy shit.
and,
listen.
It's
and
gonna
Six
be
look,
minutes
wild.
ago.
and we all
6 minutes
evolve,
ago.
right? But the news will post some shit like six people were shot outside of Walmart, and then you come back and you find out one person was shot outside of Walmart,
Yep.
six other people got trampled
Injured.
by running away from the gunshots. Now they
Yeah,
got
Yep.
to
yeah,
retract. We apologize for the misinformation.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember
no
when news had
consequences.
integrity. I do.
No, no
Oh, I
consequences.
miss it.
News has
I miss
become
it.
very
I
biased
mean,
now.
when you have the oh God, I don't want to be political, but when you have the most powerful person in the free world talking about
Oh
fake news,
God.
oh, what do you expect now?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just,
Uh,
I'm
And
just
we are
yeah.
going to take the opportunity right now to play our first commercial. So, in
something caught
talking
my eye in
about,
those commercials. I'm sorry. Something
so
caught my something caught my eyes in that
oh,
commercial.
tell us.
There's a podcast called Ashes and Influence.
There is a podcast called Ashes and
Oh
Influence.
I
my
think
God.
Hectic,
Tell,
don't do me. Don't do me.
tell us
I think
more.
we all
Tell us
should
more
tune in.
about it.
I
I'm
think we
so
should all
mad at the
tune in.
whole datiness. She's like, I had no idea.
It
I
caught
had
my eye.
That was a great commercial. That was a great
Oh,
commercial.
so
Sorry about
thinking about media, right? Because I guess that's what we call it now. I don't. I'm with Hectic. I don't like calling it content. We'll just call it media. It's shit that's
okay.
out there that people put out
I
there.
can fuck with that one.
Is it like has it become a space where we only hear our own opinions, or is it a place like so you remember when Facebook first came out, they were like for us to stay connected and exchange ideas, right? So have social media and podcasts and different things like that, are they still places where we can share and exchange ideas, or have they become places where we go to these things and indulge in them because we hear our own thoughts?
So
And
I think there are spaces where you can engage in healthy conversation, but for the most part, um, I, s- I just won't comment. I just like I watch the stupidity, and they will literally be arguing the same exact point, but they are going hard. But y'all saying the same thing, just saying it different ways. But for the sake of the internet, let's create 1,000 comment thread or a 10,000 comment thread to say the same thing 5,000 times a piece and see whose caps are locked and whose are not. It's a strange place. It's a strange place. Social media is not real.
Um, I'll say that I feel like social media has turned into a place that steers the narrative you kind of were already on.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
it continues to drive people in a direction that fits their ego and fits their way of thinking already.
And that's
I hate to blame the algorithm, but it's like you watch one thing, you'll
Mhm.
get about five different videos with those same thoughts and opinions, and they keep spreading to you. But you see something positive, it's not like they're going to keep sending you those positive videos or those positive uh, thought processes and perspectives towards you. Um, Negativity gets spread a lot easier than positivity. So I don't feel like the internet's become a place where it's like we can have healthy talks or we can see healthy things all the time. I think you can get a small bit of it
so
throughout the day, but most of it is to fuel something that's already
Yeah,
going.
yeah. And so I think about that with the news media. Also, it's like you watch certain news stations based on how you think politically. Like when you put on Fox News, if you think conservatively, you're going to hear the news from a conservative perspective. You know that if you think liberally, you go and you watch CNN news, it's going to be from a liberal or progressive perspective, or however you look at it, right? And so there's no neutrality in media anymore. Right? And I think that's what's missing. I miss the days where you could just watch the news and find out what happened and not how anybody feels about it.
So back to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the only spot you could go where you're there for that
all
purpose and that
business.
purpose only. It's
Yeah,
all business.
all business.
I tell people too, uh, the purpose of social media is in the name. It was meant for us to be social with one another, right?
Mhm.
Now with this whole I have 100,000 followers and I have this and I have that, it became less social and more about how the perception of me appeared to others, right? You've had people staging whole fake jet flying and travels just so people
Mhm.
they don't know could have an opinion about how they were living. That's delusional and that's
But isn't that the
crazy.
attention factor though? That's the
Yeah,
attention factor.
it
But
is.
that's
It
how it
is.
all started.
It all starts with that. Yep.
Doing anything for likes.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So hectic. Since you bring up the point about like how do people get more followers, like when did the follower count become a substitute for expertise, experience, or truth?
I am
Mm.
glad that you asked me that, Easy. When it started getting tied to money, when it
Yep.
started getting tied to income,
Yep.
you have to realize, and I get it, right? No one wants to go to a 9 to 5 anymore. Nine to
Oh
five
no.
is like some poor shit, right? Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, and that's how we got all these influencers and content creators, right?
Yep.
Some made it, some did not, right? When the viewership, the clicks, the following, and all that started getting tied into money, it goes back to, oh, if they could do it, I know I could do it, right? Oh, they shaking ass, let me shake ass too. I could catch that number and I could make me, oh, they say
Mm.
they made 20,000 by doing that, bet I got you, right? When you do and when you start taking money out of the equation, I guarantee you most of the people, podcasters, content creators, influencers are going to go bye bye because it's no longer sustainable. It's not sustainable now, but we're living
Mhm.
in this delusional world that everyone thinks it is, right? It's still hope. There's still hope that I could do it. You
Yeah.
know, look at people that because of their association with a celebrity, i.e., homeboys or was fucking them, now they have their own. I'm a celebrity too.
Hmm.
No, you just jumped on some dick.
both literally and figuratively.
Right. That doesn't make you important. It goes back to, okay, you're an influencer, but
Yeah.
what do you influence? Who do you influence? If you were an old tycoon, you're an influencer because you make shit happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you just Ray playing a game and not knocking anyone that's do what you feel you need to do, right? To make a little bit more ends, because it's hard out here. But let's be honest with ourselves, and let's not pat ourselves on the back because we made a little bit of money doing a little bit of things.
Right.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah. So with that said, like, do people confuse popularity with credibility?
Yep.
That's what clout is.
And then who benefits from that confusion?
The person
I'll
they
wait.
make popular.
Yeah.
I have an answer that is probably going to be outside the box, but I want to hear like from y'all. So Tasha, we'll start.
I'm kind of curious now about this outside the box. I kind of want to
Yeah,
hear
we
this.
want
Same. Yeah, I want to hear it too.
easy
Yeah.
outside the box. Us,
Okay.
please.
So when it comes to the people or entities that benefit from keeping the confusion between credibility and popularity, is not the influencer, it's the entity or the platform,
Uh,
right? Facebook benefits more from me seeing Hectic as an expert in women's studies.
women's
You-
studies. And
Hectic
women's studies is crazy.
Hectic has 1 million followers. So I'm listening to advice from Hectic on how to get women, knowing he's wrong, but Facebook is the one benefiting from it. Hectic might be saying,
Damn, you when you right, you right. The
Yeah.
platform's the ones winning.
Yeah.
YouTube,
But
Facebook, Twitter,
we all being pimped.
Twitch.
We all being pimped.
Yeah.
however, is the person for me, it would be the person who is seeking the popularity.
That's a dangerous road.
It's very, and so that's why I'm trying to be really careful. It's very, very dangerous. Somebody earlier used the word delusional.
Mhm.
It's hard being something that you're not. And at some point, like that fades away, and then you just got to be who you are.
Hmm.
Boom.
And
If
People don't like
if they
that.
even know who they are in the first
they don't
place.
even know who they are in the first place.
Which
Like
is a
it's
lot of the
very
reason why
dangerous.
Or
a
they
lot
hate
of
who they are.
communities,
Because which one's worse? Not knowing or hating the person?
yeah.
I know so hey, y'all know who I know. I know so many people that truly hate their lives. And
Yeah.
from the outside looking in, everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're living this lifestyle. You're flying here, you're flying there, you're doing this, you're doing that." And they are miserable.
It is proven in the number of people who no longer wanted to be here anymore.
I
Yeah.
knew you were
Hmm.
gonna say that.
Influence
Yeah.
like that is it's dangerous out in them social media streets, y'all. It's easier just to be you. Whoever you are, show up as you are.
What do you say,
Be
Tasha? Say
who
it.
you are.
Say your word.
What did I say? What do I say? Because I say a lot. What do
Be
I say?
your authentic
You
self.
got you just please be your authentic self. Like and love who you are. Love what you do. If it's 2 followers or 22,000 followers, just as long as you're being you, that keeps you integrous. And it's nothing better than that. It's nothing better than that. But the other side of that is really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Look at Robin Williams, right? I could probably say all of us loved Robin Williams. Grew up watching him, thought he was the most happiest, go luckiest person on the faces of the
How
planet,
could you
right?
not be? How could you not be? You do voices, you
Yeah.
got characters, you got movies, you've got all of this.
Mm-hmm. And still
Hmm.
weren't happy.
Wasn't happy. Was miserable.
Satisfaction.
And that's why social media is so dangerous because we only see what people allow us to see.
Yep.
We don't see what they actually feel or going through behind closed doors, or the problems they actually have. And people get inspired. Oh, they got this car, they got that, they went on this trip, not knowing what they had to do to even get those
It's a
things.
cost. It's a
Hmm.
cost.
Listen, I was talking with somebody the other day, and I said, for everything you take from this world, from this life, you got to give more.
Yeah.
And they, it was a dumbfounding moment for them because it's a young person, and they're kind of like, I don't even know what that mean, Unc. And I was like,
Mhm.
there's a price to pay for everything, and the price is
Yeah.
steeper than the
Yes, it
value.
is.
Whatever value you place on the things that you take out of this life, the price for it is way steeper.
Think about those
Tenfold.
people that hit a easy lick, right? Say they come up a easy meal. By the time they done paid all their people's taxes, bought houses, bought all the cars, they no longer have that million anymore, right? But they still have to live that millionaire lifestyle. So
They
guess
do.
what? They need to try to catch another meal or another 2 meal and another 3, 4, 5, and that alone, and then having people that really don't fuck with you, but only fuck with you because of the money that you have with their handouts, and you're trying to provide and you're trying to make sure everyone's good. Some people be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm out of here. Y'all can have all this. If this
Yep.
is what y'all truly want,
Yep.
y'all can have all this. I'm I'm not even man, when I had money in my early 20s, I was spending, 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 right? Then all that money went away. And I had to start all over again. And
Hmm.
now, being a person that went through those trials and tribulations, I understand what it means to have a little bit of money. Even the little bit of money that I do have, I make sure it's going to where it needs to go to because I need to survive. It's flipping, it's going into investments, it's going to the stocks, it's going to bigger minded things, right?
Uh-huh.
But when I had the money, I wasn't thinking about investing in stocks or properties or any of that thing. I was just like, let me go get the freshest J's. Let me go get the freshest clothes. Let me go get the freshest jewelry. Let me go make sure that I was peacocking out here for all the females that at the end of the day, I don't even remember their names when I could have been building a foundation, right?
Hmm.
The powers can be put everyone through their own trials and tribulations. And it's watching how you handle those trials and tribulations. And trials and tribulations don't mean hard times.
No.
Let's be 100% clear. Doesn't mean hard times. It's like I gave you this $1 million. You prayed and you said you need this million and it's going to change your life. Let
Let me
me
see what
see
you
what
do with it.
exactly you're going to do with it.
Yep.
Are you going to be a good steward of your resources?
That
Hmm.
there. That there.
Yep, 100%. So with that said, right, thinking about the role of a quote unquote influencer, right? Are they
Just made my
responsible?
stomach drop.
I know. Are they responsible, right? Like I'm I'm the person that's putting this content out there.
Mm-mm.
I'm the person that is creating this and putting it in your face. Am I responsible?
Mm.
I, I'm gonna say no. Like you, we decide what we consume. So it's like they're not responsibility free. But when it comes to what we individually consume, we couldn't blame them for everything. Like the
But
fight
they
video.
are in some states.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so hectic, hold that thought. Because you on the way to the destination.
I think we are in control of what we consume. I don't say that they hold zero responsibility, but in the grand scheme of who's responsible, it's the consumer.
Right. Shania, what say you?
Mm-mm.
I think we lost you on the audio.
Mm-mm.
Can't hear you. Yeah.
She's gonna
We
come
we
out.
we're gonna slide to Hectic. All right. So Hectic, go ahead with your response.
I'm not. It goes back to this is going to be a long rant. Um, there are certain things that us adults are doing for us adults, right?
Mhm.
Without thinking about the consequences that it's having on the youth, right? And to be ignorant to the fact and be like, well, I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want to do and however I want to do it, and not be aware of young people having access or being accessible to what you got going on is a irresponsible, and two, we keep using the same word, delusional, right?
Mhm.
um One of the biggest laws that I was very appreciative of in Florida was anyone
Anyone
under the
under the
age of
age of
16
16
couldn't
couldn't.
anyone under the
Anyone
age
under
of
the age of
16
16
couldn't
couldn't.
mess with me couldn't have a social media platform, right? I thought that was a great law because it's like, yeah, why should 13-year-olds have TikTok?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
14-year-olds should have TikTok? You know what I mean? There should be a a limit on what kids can and cannot be exposed to, right? And I know people are going to jump on from either side and be like, well, they watch TV, they watch da da da. At the end of the day, it is our duty to protect the children, right? But it's also the responsibility and the duty of the people that they came out of their loins to overly protect their children.
Yeah. And to teach their children right from wrong.
Absolutely.
All right, Shania,
Absolutely.
what say
Sorry, my baby's getting real agitated. Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say it's up to you, honestly, yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, it's what you want to be exposed to, what you want to be seeing every day, what you want to learn. I guess to say that's why a lot of people get on social media is to learn. I'll say it's up to you because at the end of the day, if you can't blame somebody else for you taking advice and running with it, like I listened to this person and it got me in this situation. Well, it's like you also didn't have to listen to that person.
At
And I
all.
know for a lot of like hectic said, it's up to parents to make sure that their kids are getting the right information as well too, like
Mhm.
regardless of what they seeing online. You kind of have to have a talk with them, like, well, this is how things really go and this is how things are going to how things happen in real life and not what's being told to you online. And it gets hard because kids, they look at things and they're easily influenced by what they see online.
Mhm.
And they're like, well, you know what, this person made $1 million off of it. Well, they might have made $1 million, but you don't know how that's going to work out for you. You don't know
Correct.
what that's going to happen, what's going to happen to you if you do those things. So I think it's just really up to us as individuals to realize, not everything is for everybody.
Yeah.
Not everything's going to work out the way it worked out for everybody for those other people. And that sometimes doing our own thing is going to look different and sound different to somebody else, but at least you stuck to what you wanted at the end of the day and what you have to yourself to get to the ultimate goal that you're looking for.
Mhm.
But a lot of people can't be transparent with themselves, and that's why it's really hard for a lot of people to kind of see that way of thinking.
Yeah.
So
So
the one
And
thing
one thing
I
too,
appreciate, the one thing that I appreciate about YouTube, and I don't know if any other platforms do it, is that before I upload media onto YouTube, they'll ask me, "Is
you
this kind?
have to say
Is
content, huh?
Is this media suitable for children?
Yeah.
And I get to
Yeah.
say yes or no. And like I said, and I don't know if any other platforms do it. Like none of the other ones that I'm on do it. But I think that is a
Spotify
great.
does it.
Who does it?
Spotify, they do it
Yeah, I
as well.
think I just think it's a great thing. Like that's the responsibility of the creator.
And
So
they don't also just take your word for it neither.
yeah.
Like they go back and comb over it to make sure that it is suitable for children. So like
Mo-
if you don't hit that and there's too much cussing or skin showing, we moved this. I know you thought it was cool, but we moved this to the over here.
Yeah.
So just so you know. But also people don't realize, unfortunately, states and prosecution, they're looking at social media. And yeah, if I tell you, because it's happened, if I tell you to go unalive yourself, they're knocking on my door.
That's true. That's very true.
Mhm. So it's like in my rant earlier when I was talking about academics and Nino Brown, if I would have been like, academics, you need to jump off a bridge or whatever. And then at some point in his career, in the near future, he decided, I'm done with this life, and he did that. And it's like, well, Easy, you the one that told him to do it. So you now are being charged with harassment and bullying that led to suicide.
Social media. And held up, where he live at versus where you live at. Now you done crossed over
Right.
multi-state lines.
Yeah, it's
Now it's federal.
federal, yeah. Yeah. And that's it. And the reason I asked that question is because we're also starting to see, like, with crimes that are committed. I forget which state it was, but they just passed a law in one of the states that if you're involved in any type of criminal activity, whether it's robbery, murder, different felonies or such, drug dealing, and there's any type of social media involved, meaning you posted something, you were in a music video with guns, you shared something, you sent messages, or you made drug deals on Instagram and you had the emoji up there for the horse and you slinging heroin, they're gonna double.
Easy. I didn't even know that's
It-
what that was.
Yeah.
It's Young Thug that was just in court with all his cronies, right?
Uh-huh.
That whole case was built mostly on
On
what
social
they
media.
Yeah.
social
Little
media. But
Young Dirt too. Same
Yeah.
thing. It's all social media.
yeah,
And it's unfortunate because when they had rock and roll and they were talking about, partying all night long. What you partying all night long on? You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
It ain't liquor.
You
not all
know what I
night,
mean?
not all
Not
night.
all night. Not
Absolutely.
all
No.
night.
3
And
hours.
they weren't sending RICO charges against them, but because it's rap and because it's urban and because it's black, we need to find every and any way to demolish the power that these young men have created. Now, do I agree or hope? No, you should not rap lyrics talking about some crime that you've heard, seen, or
Or
might have been part
Right.
of.
Yeah.
That's just dumb.
And see,
they're
that's
just
However, freedom of speech allows me, because where people could go and protest on soldiers' graves under the
mm,
thing of freedom of speech, these
mm.
people should be able to talk about whatever they want to talk about under the freedom of speech as long as the statute of limitation is up. I
see
You know
mean,
what? You know what?
the issue with that is that this was drives the point where we talked about getting to the destination, right? So the issue is nothing else is under that same scrutiny, right? Like you said, like they weren't looking at rock and roll, but look at the movies that, like, it doesn't matter the story you're telling. It's telling a story and it's for entertainment purposes. So Young Thug talking about the criminal activities that he's been involved in the streets is no different than George Young making a movie about his.
Mm.
T.I. talking about his ex drug dealing lifestyle is no different than Hugh Hefner making a movie about being a pimp.
Clock that T.
But one is looked at
and
as
and
art.
and that he
Oh,
was, by the
one
way.
one is looked at as solely art and expression, even though it is a real true story. and the other is looked at as incriminating evidence that we can
But
use against
the
these.
difference is one is black and white.
One is black, one is white.
Literally.
They're black phobic. And so
They
but
are
with
They're
that,
black.
black phobic.
Hashtag black phobic.
hashtag black phobic. But with that said, we're going to segue into our last segment of the night. And so we are going to just get y'all rolling.
Yeah. Hey. 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 Yeah. Hey.
Okay. All you hip hop junkies, you think you know hip hop? Well, tell me what happened today in 2005. Better yet, tell me what happened today in 1989. We know you don't know. That's why Easy about to break this day down in hip hop for you.
So what's up, everybody? I'm here with this week's Day in Hip Hop. We are going to talk hip hop news and history, and a little piece of both is that right now on sale. I think it actually sold now, but the Beamer that Tupac got shot in is 1.75 million. I don't know if they bought it yet, but it's on sale for 1.75 million dollars. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm gonna spend 1.75 million on a car, I gotta be able to drive it, and it can't have no bullet holes in the doors. I'm sorry. But anyhow, Aaron Hall, if y'all remember him, I know he's not a hip hop artist, but it is part of hip hop culture, and I just thought that this was a very interesting story. But Aaron Hall was involved with the Diddler and some of their activities together, and the I Miss You singer is ironically missing. He is gone. They've been looking for this boy, and they cannot find him. He skipped town right around the time that Diddy got charged because he knew some charges was coming his way, and nobody has seen Aaron Hall in over a year and a half, which is crazy. They have gotten to the point where they are doing this thing called they're asking for permission to be serviced by publication, which would allow the prosecutors to post his serve his papers in the newspaper so that he is officially served, because he can't legally, they can't require him to report to court until he's served. So he was like, y'all not serving me shit. I'm out of here. So shout out Aaron Hall. We miss you wherever you are, buddy. We talking
Well,
to you.
you know who his baby mother is, right? Oh, Aaron Hall got some dirt, like for real, for real. His baby mother is Gloria Velez. She's yes, but Gloria Velez was a video vixen underage at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why he ain't trying to get popped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of pop, somebody's been popping crap for like 3 to 4 years about their album. Finally gave us a release date. Mr. J. Cole will officially be falling off on February 6th, 2626. And rumor has it that Mr. Cole is retiring after this album. He released a new track from the album called Track to This 2, where he pays homage to Nas by rapping backwards. He raps from the end to the beginning of his life, how Nas rapped from the end to the beginning of his day. He also has been teasing this album longer than Dr. Dre has been teasing to release Detox. And I was figuring Andre 3000 might drop another album before this shit finally comes out. But it seems
you
like,
want another flute? You want the flute too?
I mean, it might be a rap album. I feel like J. Cole has beat Andre to the punch, and we may not ever get another Andre 3000 rap verse.
But in fairness, Cole's been pretty consistent with dropping albums, though.
He has been. This one's just taking a little bit longer than the people like. But we forget about the album that he dropped that he might delete later, which he did. So Some not so great news. Rapper, Dog Pound, gangster rapper, Corrupt has been hospitalized, dealing with some serious health issues. Corrupt is a member of the Dog Pound. I learned this from a post that Daz made to pray for Corrupt, and I was like, "What is going on with Corrupt?" And Corrupt is not doing too well. Speaking of other sad news, member of the Fugees, John Forte, he was a producer, worked very closely with Wyclef, Lauren Hill, Praz, and the crew. He passed away this week, so rest in peace for John Forte. Hopefully he is up there strumming away with his fingers, because that man was a very talented guitarist. Um,
Okay.
20 years
soon.
ago today,
Too soon.
I mean, I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to be nice because I had something else to say.
Oh, okay. Good.
20 years ago today, speaking of dead rappers, rest in peace, Shawty Low. But Shawty Low is the founder of the group D4L that gave us that Laffy Taffy. 20 years ago, Laffy Taffy dropped. It hit the world by storm, but it also reached #1 on the Hot 100 20 years ago. I didn't even know that it ever reached #1 on the top 100, but we was all, well,
Laffy Taffy.
yeah, we was all Laffy Taffy, and I don't know about shaking. Y'all might have been shaking. Y'all Laffy Taffy. I was trying to get behind Laffy Taffy and tell a joke and see if that joke would work. But anyway, my wife might be listening, so let me be quiet.
Chill. Easy.
You have a life
chill.
before her. You had a life before her.
Did I sure
Go
as hell
ahead.
did one.
Go ahead and get easy on the couch tonight. Go ahead.
Speaking of my life before my wife, my first love passed away. Miss Aaliyah, baby girl. We miss you, but happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday to you. Also, happy birthday to this live ass nigga right here. Yeah, I know that boy somewhere crunked in the mug right now. He on some crunk juice.
Nah, if you haven't seen him recently, man, he's on some clean energy, spiritual yoga type deal. Like
Good for him.
yeah, exactly. Like he's into that. Yeah, he's into some other stuff lately.
We know what he turned down for. He turned down for his health, probably. So, well, good stuff, my guy.
Questions that needed answers.
Right, turned down for health. That needs to be a new like slogan or like jingle now in one of them Atlanta, like Grady Hospital, one of their little health initiatives. Turn down for health. I want my royalties though. I want my royalties. Speaking of royalty, the Prince, A$AP Rocky, and the only reason why I call him the Prince because he's married to the princess Rihanna. But he is getting ready to drop a new album, and A$AP done started some old mess. Why don't they just leave this man alone? He can't catch
a easy mark.
He's an easy mark right now.
Extremely easy.
Listen, one of these days, when Drizzy recovers from having the shit kicked out of him over the last several years, they gonna all regret it. But right now, A$AP has just dropped a new diss track called "Stole Your Flow," and he is apparently it's not dissing Drake, but he's explaining his beef with Drake. But I feel like that's still a diss because that's what the diss track is explaining why we got beef. So interesting to see if Drake responds or not. He probably won't. He's probably like, I'm the Ice Man. I don't need to respond.
Yeah, he's like, this ain't Meek Mills.
Yeah. Kendrick done took all the fight out that dog.
Yes, listen.
Speaking of dogs with no fight in hip hop, this one keeps popping up. The Game,
like the last one,
a new mixtape with DJ Drama, a new Gangsta Grills. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see.
You listen to the last one? He literally dropped one like a month or two ago.
I didn't listen to the last one because
yeah,
I'm just not really. I don't know about the Game right now. I'm just like, all right, JC, you doing a little too much.
And he called him his government. That's crazy.
Right.
He the new whack 100 right now. He talking too much. So But we'll see what this mixtape sounded like. I'll give it a listen.
Nah, I mean, listen, I like the last one. I like the Game. I think Game is a phenomenal rapper. I
Absolutely.
do I do say that his antics outside of rap be watering him down.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he's a phenomenal rapper.
Phenomenal. Go too far.
Yeah. He be out here dropping.
Nah, he's dope. If you really, man, he got one that's
I
Home
think
Invasion. He goes crazy on.
I think mixtape game, from what I've heard with freestyles and then from people's narratives and critiques, I think mixtape game is like a tier below mixtape Wheezy. Is based on people's
Ooh,
opinions and things.
Okay.
okay.
So there's nobody on mixtape Wheezy's level, but I would put mixtape game a tier below that.
Mm.
Mixtape
I'm sending you right now, Tasha. Home Invasion. Listen to it.
Okie dokie.
I would put mixtape Fab also in that category, and
You
then
got to.
Yes.
You got to. We ain't
on
never
the
had a
next tier,
summer the summers that Fab gave us.
on the next tier of mixtape rappers, Luda probably would be there, but that's not why his picture is posted up here. Luda was on some Uncle Tom shit recently and realized that, you know what, my fans ain't really digging this, so he dropped out of the Rock the Country MAGA festival that or whatever it's called that Kid Rock was putting on, where him and Nelly were gonna
Wait, what?
perform. So Kid Rock's putting on this Rock the Country concert festival thing, but you know it's just a MAGA fest, and they needed some rappers, so they gave Luda and Nelly a check, but the fans spoke, and Luda gave his check back, so he is no longer going to be performing on the
Lineup.
festival. Now,
I mean, yeah, like Luda, you don't even need the money. You got the Fast and Furious bread coming
yeah,
in.
exactly.
Don't
However,
even.
if like stand on what you stand on. If you gonna if you're gonna do it. Right? Don't back out. You put your name on the marquee already. Don't back out
In
because
a world full of ludicrouses, be a Chrisette Michelle because she stood 10 toes
10
down.
toes down and looked at all us like whoop my ass, give my check. So um and speaking of music festivals, Rolling Loud just announced their lineup, and I'm probably the least
Half of them, I don't know who
yeah,
or what they are.
I'm probably the least excited about this Rolling Loud as I have ever been about any music festival, especially
Mm.
with the headliners being announced. Is Playboy Cardi, who I don't like, NBA YoungBoy,
Oh boy.
who I mean, he's apparently Tupac to this younger generation, but
Oh
I don't
my
understand
God.
why. And I'm pretty sure C Murder his daddy, but that's another conversation for another time.
My
And then
God.
Don Toliver is
That's how
also
rumors get started.
uh-huh.
Right.
That's right. Don Toliver is the other headliner. I just recently heard of Don Toliver like 3 months
Yeah,
ago.
he's from Houston.
Still don't know who he is. So
No, he makes good music, but not like, oh my God, it's Don
headline.
Tolliver.
And so I thought that was interesting seeing that some of the cats that are opening is Chief Keef, Boss Man D-Lo, Sexy Red, and Belly Gang Cushington. Who I got a bone to pick with dude, but I need to see his DNA results first before I pick a bone with him. But
Well, didn't Chief Keef just get shot?
I heard he got shot at or something, or shot somebody. I don't know. Chief Keef name and shot always in the same sentence. So, but that's this week's hip hop news, this day in hip hop. But the question of the week for y'all is why? Why do y'all believe that every rapper now is using Drake like a
Target practice.
no, not even that. I'm gonna keep it on the topic of social media and viewership. Why do they keep treating Drake like a trending song?
I told you he's an easy mark. He's an easy mark. Listen,
Light
I
skin.
think yeah, you know how them light skinned dudes be oversensitive already. And I feel like I'm telling you, if Drake had stayed in the pop lane with a sprinkle of rap,
He'd have been
he's
fine.
good. he'd
He'd have
been
been fine.
fine.
But
But
he
when he came
insists.
over,
He
talking that big boy shit, they be like, "Oh,
he
word."
insists that he's a rapper. No,
Yeah,
you not. You not.
I,
he makes good rap songs. You know what I mean? But like
They're catchy.
case in point. Some of these boys got some shit to prove, and they got real bars. You know what I mean? Yeah. At this point, and you know how it is, because this is not Drake's first beef. You know what I
no.
mean? It's just Kendrick was like, "Oh,
Greg Tizzy.
if I have time today was a person."
Mhm.
It was
Mhm.
Kendrick.
You wanna know what's crazy? You just said that Aaron Hall has been missing for a year and a half. I just saw the shit on the social media 2 days ago. In my head, I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my, y'all know how I treat social media. I'm like, oh my God, Aaron Hall's missing. I hope he's not dead. A year and a half. That's not missing he where he wanna be.
Yeah, Aaron skipped town.
I
Aaron is
mean,
He where-
facts. It depends on the method of how he's where he needs to be.
no, Aaron is in a country that does not
Should I
Should I? You
Saint
gotta
Martin.
come and get me.
He is Saint Martin right now.
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
But
Big
like it
Aaron.
seems like every rapper that's getting ready to drop an album, it's like you post a story and then they looking for audio and it's trending and they like Drake beef.
It's trending. I mean, Drake is him, right? Like as much as we say what we say, Drake is when you think of a mega star, he is him. So
Yep.
if you're going to make dust kick up, you don't go after the peasants. That's not
You
going to get you nowhere.
Yeah. But
Have you guys seen Boondocks?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have you seen when Thugnificent um he was trying to get his album to do good, so he started rap beef with the wannabe Soldier Boy. it's
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah.
kind of in that same realm,
know.
like
Yeah.
you have Drake, who's been dominating music for the past
Well
10
over a
years.
decade. Yeah.
Yeah, so and then you have other rappers who they had a moment, and the moment's gone,
Uh-huh.
and now how do I get back into the fight of things? Let me start some beef. Well, hey, did you guys know? Like they'll start like well, back then this is what
Mm,
happened and this is why I don't like them. And it's like, well, why didn't you say
Yeah.
nothing back then?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing up
Yeah.
now? Then they
Yeah.
drop their
Yeah.
album and it's like, well, that's why you said it.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, I definitely hate them. Well, back in the day, you stepped on my shoes. That was 10 years ago. You still crying about that? Like,
Like them
you
girls
know
who
what I
feel
mean?
mad at the girl that took their boyfriend in 7th grade.
Well, that's why ASAP going after, Drake, because
Yeah.
Drake, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Quick
but
question.
you got her and you pumped 4 babies in her. What you got to worry
Crazy.
about?
Right.
That's
Right. Why you
If
mad?
I pump
my
four
youngest son
babies in
told her to
you,
wear it.
and listen, Rihanna, ASAP so good. Rihanna will drop a baby and ASAP puts another one right back in her.
Listen, that's what I'm
What you
saying.
worried about?
He ain't leaving her alone at all. He ain't leaving her alone at all.
Yeah. So at
That-
that point, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous to bring up her old fling situations or whatever the case may be, because you won. You
You
won.
got it.
But
You,
You
you know,
got
like
it.
you got the boardwalk. You got, all that. You won. You won the monopoly. You
but
won it.
here's the thing with people, man. Like, have you ever bought a used car? Did you
Yeah.
ever go back to the previous owner and be like, "You bitch ass nigga, that's why I got your whip"?
Like that. Like
Wow,
that.
she revs up for me now.
Yeah.
Like,
What? What?
So it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense,
man.
right?
Yeah, no, it's insane. Well, y'all know how I move. I've been in the same room with, you know what I mean, and hey, I got it now. So what you gonna do? Pull up. You know what I mean? It's people grow up eventually. If I was with a billionaire, the last thing I'm thinking about is another motherfucker with money.
Nope.
So I'm gonna watch more TV this year, you guys. That's it's not a goal,
Where
but
did
I
that
just
come from?
because the young lady Shania just asked, did you guys watch the Boondocks? And I'm like, yo, I've never watched the Boondocks.
You gotta watch.
Gotcha.
Wait,
Gotta watch.
what?
It's on
So
But
Amazon
you
yeah,
watched
Prime.
The Wire backwards and frontwards,
I
but never
have.
Boondocks.
So is it streaming anywhere? Is the
It's
Boondocks
on
streaming?
Amazon Prime.
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
yeah.
Season one
Yeah.
episode tonight. I'm starting it
Go.
tonight.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh,
Top
you're gonna laugh. It's
Yeah,
gonna
you're
be
gonna
like a
love it.
premonition, though. A lot of stuff they were saying happened.
Yeah.
absolutely,
Like The Simpsons, but black.
absolutely
Listen,
happened.
but
It's all
black.
told from a black perspective.
All
Yeah.
right, I need to get that.
So when did the shift happen to where the quote unquote influencers and content creators became the product? And when did the viewers become the consumers? Because it used to be,
I felt like you asked this question already.
I might have, but like
No, you really didn't. You asked it, but it's a different way. But we answered it.
in a different way. But so like when I'm talking about the shift though, like because y'all remember like at a point in time when people was considered influencers, it was because they were selling something like a product, right?
Right.
Like I got a sponsorship with Popeyes. Every time you see me, I got Popeyes chicken, and it's a link to click to order some Popeyes on DoorDash, right? But now I don't even need a product no more. So like, when did that shift happen?
When people like Kim Kardashian became famous for no reason.
Well,
Ooh,
she
hold
was
on.
famous for a reason.
Don't
I
start your shit. Don't
mean,
start your shit, Hector.
you were
No,
that.
no, she
I
wasn't. No, she
know
wasn't,
that.
Shania. She wasn't.
Listen,
She was very
when we
famous for a
realized that
reason.
the only reason we need to be famous is because people like us, just to like us.
Mm.
Like
I mean,
there was no
isn't that fame?
nothing being sold. There was no product being
She
sold.
sold something.
Right.
She definitely sold something.
Mixtape
She
Kim is
got
undefeated.
product. Y'all ain't
I'm not
gonna
doing
make
this
Kim
with
K
him.
seem like she don't got no product. She got products.
I'm not doing.
When we realize, when people realize all I gotta do to be quote unquote famous is
Go
people
ahead and
just
say it.
like me to like me. I mean, there's if outside of her
That.
initial reason,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
eh, what was it about Kim K that people just loved so
She was a
much? It
great
just built a
personal
huge.
assistant as well.
Yeah.
She could file some paperwork. She
She
was
sure could.
organized.
She filed a
Yep.
hell. See,
She filed the hell out of some paperwork. She got
It got to
coffee.
a
She was
point
great at
where
getting coffee.
Not doing this. I'm not gonna do it.
everybody wanted to be the next it person
Mhm.
Mhm.
online, the next big thing that people watched and cared about for no reason at all.
So
But
I'm gonna throw a
Ray
curveball.
J. AJ. What's his
Curveball at y'all.
Ray J.
Ray
She
J.
said, AJ, you
I'm
something
gonna
else.
throw a curveball at
Um,
based on what Shania said, right? I, it's not Kim's fault. Kim wasn't the first one.
No.
mm.
It was Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
Yep.
which you,
The well,
technically Kim K is a product of Paris Hilton because
correct.
Kim
Yeah.
K was
Sure.
Paris's assistant.
They were
So
BFF.
Paris had the tape. Paris had no talent. She had
Paris
money.
tape was way better.
Way
better.
We ain't talking
Hands
about that
down.
right now, Hector. We
Paris
are
was
not
about
talking
that.
Where's
about.
he at?
We're
Where's
not
he at?
comparing tapes here. We are not comparing tapes, Hector. Okay, we're not comparing.
I muted his ass. I muted his ass
So,
because enough is enough.
but Paris Hilton was the first official influencer.
Not facts. Well, I mean, when you have a hotel and you carry the last name,
Yeah.
you have a product already. You came out the womb with a product.
But with that said, was she an actual influencer though?
Mm-hmm. He was a social. They didn't call them influencers. They
I
were
was so
socialites.
white. socialites.
Yeah,
He was a socialite.
she
So those were
influenced.
the people. Those were the people that wherever they were, the party was there.
Yep.
Wherever they were, the events and the functions were there. They would have socialites come to certain clubs and events because they knew
They would
just
feel like
by the fact of them being there was going to make the party that much more lit, right? They served a purpose. They had like, and that's the thing, like everyone had a lane, right? Whatever your lane was, you had it. Now lanes are doing this
my
all
God.
over the place and no one knows what lane they are. So they're just saying,
Like
oh,
Texas.
well, because I think I do this, that's what I'm gonna be called. Or because I do think I do this. People are walking around with this shit, right? Calling themselves videographers.
Man.
Well, to
Okay.
be fair, some of them are.
Yes, you can shoot video.
Yes. But there's few and far between that are actual videographers that are using a cell phone. But yeah, technically they are videographers.
Mm,
All right, easy. Just because you lay down 4 bars don't make you a rapper.
This is also true. A lot of people can spit 4 bars, but you don't have the craftsmanship and the skill to do it on a high level.
Say
I
that
had
again.
it too.
Rewind. Say that again. Say that little part that you just said.
You don't have the craftsmanship and the skill to do it on a high level.
Which is okay, right? If you said I'm an influencer or I'm a content creator, and every day you're in the lab and you're producing and you're making and you're changing stuff and you know, the way my camera and all that shit is set up is because I wanted to. I'm a student of the game, right? I always want to push the envelope and be better at whatever it is that I've got going on, right? So if you're doing that, call yourself whatever the fuck because you have a product. You are that, right? My issue and my concern is these people that wake up and every so often they call themselves whatever because they did it one time. It's like a rapper. He got one album and now he's like, yo, you remember how I used to do it? Bro, you did that shit 10 years ago. Hang it up. You
One
ain't
time
even him no more.
years
Yeah.
ago.
So I think that's the problem is people are not being honest with themselves. Even if you said this, and this goes a long way. I'm an aspiring content creator or I'm an aspiring influencer. Great. That lets me know you're
Words
working
matter.
on your product.
Yeah.
Words matter.
Well, the other part of that too is making $30 a month off your content is not like somebody tried to
Nope.
sell me to
Nope. Whatever they are making, they are making
right.
something because someone's making zero.
Right.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is this is not a career, right?
Oh,
I
facts.
I rap. I'm a rapper by skill, but not by trade in the sense that rap does not make a living for me. Rap brings me some money, but if all the money I made was the money I make off music, I'd be broke as
In the
shit
poorhouse.
in the
Yeah.
poorhouse. Right? So I can't run around and just be like bona fide, I'm a rapper, right? Now in a space where I'm with musicians or I'm trying to get I'm like, yes, I rap, I'm a rapper, but that's not my career path. And so a lot of these people calling themselves content creators and influencers, they get $30 a month off their little content
Streams.
streams, and that's not what you do professionally, right? That's not what you do professionally.
That's not even all. They make their little $30. They go, they Photoshop, they put a couple O's behind it, and then they start selling classes and marketing schemes and all this other bullshit, and they barely even made it.
Barely even made it.
I think the problem is that a lot of people see it, think that these are careers. I mean, even kids, they're not aspiring to be doctors. or
Right.
lawyers
They want
or
to be little Shirley.
They don't
policemen.
even
They want
aspire
to
to
be
be
an
basketball
influencer.
players no
Little
more.
Nope,
Shirley.
they want to be an influencer, a YouTuber, a TikToker. So they see this as this is the new way of making a career or having a career,
Right.
and they don't have to have knowledge in a trade or something that's going to be beneficial for themselves. They see it as them, this is the avenue. I don't have to work for anybody, I can work for myself. But they don't even know how to do work for themselves long enough to
Right,
be able
right.
to even
Because
stay
if it don't pop
consistent with
like
what
this,
they're doing.
if it
Yep.
don't pop like this, they not
Then
interested anymore.
nope.
They're not
But y'all
interested.
remember when
What do
kids
what
would
do
have
y'all
a
think about the
lemonade?
parents that's pushing the kids to be influencers or content creators? Because I feel that's very highly exploitatious.
They are just as misguided as their kids.
It's
Like
disgusting.
you think
It's
about
disgusting.
that the shows used to come on, Dance Moms and Cheer Moms, right? How they used to act, and it's
Oh, I wanted to punch
like,
all of them in the throat.
but here's the crazy thing: is like I won't say every parent, but there are very many parents that try and live vicariously through their kids' talent,
Yep.
right? Like you
Yep.
see it in sports, you see it in music, you see it everywhere, and so they're not doing anything different than what my dad did when he couldn't play baseball, and so he thought I was going to be the baseball player and make it
Mm.
to the MLB and all this shit, right? They're not doing anything different than Joe Jackson did with Michael. But
Go
Damn.
ahead, boys, and step.
where they lack is you don't have the drive that Joe Jackson had. You just think my kid is cute. I'm gonna put them in front of a camera and they're gonna make me rich. That ain't how it worked.
And unfortunately, your dad teaching you how to play baseball and taking you to practices and stuff, that's a actual skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that being a I want to throw up in my mouth. I'm not saying being a content creator is not a skill, but it's a real skill playing ball. It's a real skill to be a doctor. It's a real skill to be an electrician. It's a real skill to do those things.
Mhm.
Setting up a camera and learning through another YouTuber or through another content creator how to be a content creator, it's not much skill to it. Now, with that being said, can you refine and make it a skill? 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You know, but you have to study it and you have to be and want to be better.
And I think that's a lot of problems they have is they don't practice their skills, and that's the reason why a lot of them don't get 9 to 5 jobs, as if a 9 to 5 job can't teach them anything that will be beneficial for them doing content creation or anything like that. Like, you have to have consistency, dedication, and hard work to be able to keep a 9 to 5 job. And if you don't have those qualities in yourself, you're not going to be able to keep up with your content
Anywhere.
and be able to anywhere or anything that you
Anywhere.
do in general. So it's the problem, they lack these skills, but they're not willing to do anything to be able to have those skills to continue on with what they're doing. I think a
Yep.
lot of people think I just need to get rich quick, but they don't even realize that even when you have money, you still got to do a lot to keep that money.
Yes,
Boom.
ma'am.
And with that said, y'all, we gonna go ahead and wrap this show up on that note. And if you got it, you got to be able to know how to keep it, right? It's like anything else in life, right? You must be a good steward of your talent, of your
Yes.
time,
Yes,
of your
sir.
resources in order to make it big. And some of those individuals that we speak about that consider themselves, or maybe we consider them influencers and content creators because of where they are, right? They have put in the time and the energy to be good stewards of their resources, and that's why they made it. They didn't just turn the camera on. Country Wayne didn't just turn on the camera and start recording himself going
Brewski.
around. He put a lot of time and energy and effort into that. Drewski didn't just pick up the camera and say, record me while I do something stupid, and then boom, Drewski went viral, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drake didn't just cut on the microphone and start recording music and say, I'm Drake. All of this took effort, it took time, it took energy. So for all you out there, whether you are a viewer or whether you are a content creator or whatever the case might be, it takes more than just pressing record. It takes
Sir.
more than just snapping a picture. It takes more than just being funny. It takes more than being talented. So whatever avenue you have, whatever talent you have, whatever you can do and are good at it, that's not good enough. You have to know how to maximize those resources. Okay. So is it the viewers or is it the creators? Is it both? It's a culmination of everything. What are your thoughts? You tell us in the comments. You can tell us on our Instagram profile at Enlightened Idiot Podcast. We will see y'all next week. Peace out.
It was a pleasure being a part of the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Likewise.
You all